What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 17 of my Total War, I think 17. 17-ish of my Total War Warhammer 3, not Arathon, but Sea Lord Aislinn, Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Arathon had a pretty good fight against the Hmong Norskins, and, well, he did take a little bit of damage. I think most of this was, well, was this from attrition? I don't know, it kind of looks like it. The one unit lost of every Lothern Skycutter seems suspicious, but anyway, it was a good fight, and I'm expecting a fair few more good ones as we move towards Valkia the Bloody, and the pretty darn elite garrison. And Dagrak's, and that's a lot of chosen and stuff. We may even want to wipe out at least one of these armies before moving in. Or we could take the Moida back with another... Wait, how much... Okay, it's going to be a while before we do. Anyway, we'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, since Arathon, I have you selected, you're going to go into an camp stance and start moving this way. I don't think that Valkia will attack you here, but let's move you back. She might attack Moida, and we could move Anna to reinforce. Admittedly, we don't really care that much about either one of them, but, you know, we'll see. Anyway, Tech Thief, you are going to go up here and go steal from Dagrak's end. We'll leave the little Hmong army there, and I'm just going to hope that they can't take Glacier Encampment, and if they can, we'll just move Anna back to hunt them down. I just think otherwise it would be a waste of Arathon's precious time. Armandus, you're headed to Schlantzek, and, well, I wonder where... Who are you fighting? You're fighting, the Jade Court. I was just wondering whether they were to have a sort of full stack up here, down here. Not right now, apparently, but anyway. Salendor, go here. And Tech Thief. Oh, why didn't I move the other Tech Thief? I feel like I moved most of them between the episodes, but apparently I forgot one. All good, though. Stance Dragon Ship Expansion, and let's upgrade the Gallant Sails. Gotta get to those Royal Sails as soon as we can. We have the other important stuff. We do want to grab Asur Fire. And the Ward Save and Dragon Ship is actually quite nice as well. What else could be quite useful here? We could go for the Foreign Dignitary and the trade buffs and all that gives us, but it's not the most critical thing in the world right now. Or we could just keep saving for the Tier 5 Dragon Ship Citadel, which admittedly is also quite nice. Yeah, maybe we should just keep on saving. Although, you know what, a 2 for Asur Fire is pretty good. You know what, yeah, let's go with let's get the Eagle Perch, and then we'll see about the other stuff. Anyway, that was Armandus. Salendor, wait. Yeah, that was Salendor. Arathon, you have been moved. Saji, you cannot move. Artheus, yes. Okay, so you need to do two things. Thing the first, is to see whether you can build things. Yes, you can. Okay, so let's grab the Mysterious Island, and then start going to the other islands while we keep hanging around the Star Tower. No need to get suspicious there, Bretonian. There's another... I was just tempted to go back into March stance and just build the thing in a couple of turns. Yeah, just do this. And then we'll put Amendil and... Oh, wait. It's too late now. Okay, I was gonna go back to regular stance, but apparently not possible. Alright, fair enough. We'll build the thing that is needed in the dragon ship later. Aislinn, you can't move because you are recruiting for one more turn. Or can you move? You can move, but you're still recruiting, right? Wait. By virtue of the fact that you moved, Xarian stopped recruiting the Phoenixes. Well, that's unfortunate. It's buggy. Well, oh well. I guess we'll use global recruitment to get the rest of this stuff, and not an Xarian's army either, because his army is, well, if not quite good, nearly there, so you're gonna move this way. It's Mantressa that wanted the Phoenixes, but I guess she can move up to Shard Bastion for now, and recruit as needed afterwards. I could suffer a little bit of attrition, I don't mind. Alrighty, and then Aislinn, I suppose you are headed southward, assuming that we don't need to actually recruit anything in one turn here, but I'm pretty sure we don't. Xarian will be good to keep spamming spears. We probably... Wait, we do have Siege Attacker out of the Sea Elemental. Wondering whether we want Eagle Claws in this particular army, but I kind of like it in its current state.
Capable sailors are always welcome.
And you have Quartermaster that you're going through. Yeah, I mean, we have to go through Renowned Admiral anyway on these guys, so yeah, fine, just go through Quartermaster and keep doing so. Anyway, Xarian. Recruit for yourself then, buddy.
Who shall serve
Keep
our
spamming spears. We will obviously want a couple of honed nobles, or possibly, well, definitely a couple of heroes in here, and a mage of some kind. Now, technically, mist mages are kind of water mages, but we do have a lot of those elsewhere. Maybe we should get something that powers up the spears instead. What kind of lore do we not have? So Mantressa is a lore of death. We don't technically have shadows. We have fire. We have life coming. We have... Can I just see what else we have here? We don't have a high mage. Mage of the heavens. We do have one, but I haven't put you into any army. Yeah, we don't have a high mage, though I suppose with the fiery convocation available, it may be something that Imric could use, but on the other hand, he wouldn't get any mileage out of Hand of Glory. Apotheosis is great, but that's pretty much... Fiery convocation is good for, you know, holding the line. We don't technically have a light mage as well, but the main thing I would use the light mage for would be to spam Shema's Burning Gaze, and the fact, well, and Foz Protection, but that is used by lore masters a lot. We do have the metal mage. Sea Gold. Maybe that one will work. We have a blade of sea gold, and we could put that with the spears, buff up their armor, make them tankier. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll go with the sea gold theme. Now let's get you a gold mage then. So, what do we have here? Entrepreneur or protective? Glittering robe upgraded? Sure. I mean, technically you already have these, don't you? I wish I would, like, if you already had it, it would just, like, reduce the capabilities of it. But anyway, yeah, let's just get you. I don't want to mill through these guys just because it's going to take a while. I don't feel like it. Anyway. And you have nothing interesting as your mount choices. Let's spam Searing Doom, get Glittering Robe and Gehennas, like so. And there we go. Alright, so that's your wizardry decided. Although a little bit of healing on the sea elementals via Ladriel's Shroud might be nice, so if we want to, we could grab a couple of mist mages. They would also allow these guys to advance, but I think if we do, we'd want ones that have resilient to buff the spears, because obviously spears are super weak. Especially considering we can get silver and guard, but, you know, we got this guy, this thing. Nagarath Patronage, which is a plus 30% weapon strength for spearman units. Granted, when your weapon strength is low anyway, it doesn't matter over much, but it's what we're doing. Anyway, who else needs to move? We've got Aislinn, who has just moved in as Tech Thieves. Oh, I didn't move the Tech Thieves. I swear I was gonna. Oh, wait, we still have the Glacial Gardens belonging to the Hmong, so it is surprising then that these guys didn't run away or didn't do something. Whatever. Steel Tech, and we have Focused Mind. Good. Tech Thieves, keep on thieving. And then you, Tech Thief. You are still able to steal from Dakala. She's still kicking, by the looks of it. For how much longer remains to be seen. And I believe that's that with the end turningness. It's a word or a phrase. Anyway, I believe we're good. So let's skip the outpost upgrade available, I think. Honestly, if we didn't... And once we have more money, I'll just build up all the outposts so I don't have to see that every single dang turn. And Harganeth, you're waiting for tier 3, so we'll ignore you. Outpost available with one of the elves. I could just build it up just so that... is there anywhere that needs the defenses more than anything? Torsathai, maybe. We can't build it in Lothern, I take it. You know what? I would be annoyed if they lost the Shrine of Asurian, though it wouldn't be a bad colony to build. But it feels like since we have Caradrian, we could probably build an outpost there. Just because we can. And then to you, do you actually need defenses, Teclis? I take it that there's nobody at the Fortress of Dawn unless... Do you have an ally? Apparently not. Alright, Fortress of Dawn it is. Like so. And then the others are just upgrades, which we don't care about. Wood Elves we very much do, though. Alright. Big investment, big unnecessary investment, but it's time to end the turn and see if anybody will attack us. I'm actually very curious also to see how the war between the Daughters of the Forest and Heshuatl will go. Whether the Kislevites or the Lizards will be the victorious ones. Funnily enough, the Lizards are absolutely or not the Lizards, the Kislevites are absolutely spamming the heck out of the Frostworms. Every single one of their army has like 5 or 6, it's kind of insane. But that's the AI for you, and wait, you're going to attack Enna, okay fine, a retreat.
Another time.
Because Likamoida, as soon as we As soon as we let her go, essentially decided to run away somewhere. Oh, and where are you going? You can't take Ashrak, can you? Maybe you can. Ah, because it hasn't gotten this upgrade yet. Hopefully it isn't one that I've forgotten. Pretty weak garrison. And Valkia went back. Okay, that's kind of annoying. So what's the best way to do this? You are going to block this army with a 100% success chance. It means not stealing tech, but you've got 13 turns, so you're fine. Archmage ready for duty. Oh, Troop Fairy is ready for duty. Good. Okay, so Strength of Avalorn is great. Success, great. We want to go here, and we want to go to the Kalidor Patronage. We want to kick out Troop Fairy. Like so. Vacating the patronage slot will reset it to tier 1. Yeah, fine. And then we want to put Imric in for Kalidor patronage, and then we'll want to get it back up to max. There we go. Sundering for Dragon Princes. And actually, speaking of Dragon Princes, you now have 4. Let's go for 2 more. Wait. Huh. You were able to recruit them at a higher rank before? Why? I don't know, whatever. Alright, we'll do that. I wish you could channel right now, but you're busy. Ooh. I wonder if Bellicor is trying to go after Rodir the Brave, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch him, so it won't matter. You go this way, and then you go this way. Imric is coming for you, Bellicor, and all your territories. It looks like these guys sacked Citadel of Lead. I wonder if they are looking to move towards it. Aislinn. We have a Capitano Cisco near you. I wonder if it's worth killing. So you go into regular stance now. Let's check heroes first, because if we need to put heroes in any of these armies, we'll want to do so. Noble, from entertainment buildings, practice, okay, nothing interesting. Disciple, and we got another Blade Lord, but nowhere to put him. I mean, at the very least, we don't have an army with a significant complement of White Lions or Swords Masters that doesn't already have one of these. But, you know, it may come in handy later on. Don't care for these two, and we will... Oh, we're out of mage capacity. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But sure. Exarian. You're at 20 out of 20 and actually overbuilt by 1 because we're going to put that mage in your army. So delete that and start moving towards the Fortress of the Damned. And I guess Saji will go this way. We'll obviously split off soon, but, you know, for now. Saji, I think it would be... You know, just suffer a little bit of attrition. It's going to be annoying if you don't. Influencer, go secure some influence, please. And then you are going to go into Exarian's army right here. Tech Thief, you are going to steal tech from this place, hopefully successfully, but remains to be seen. And I did move that hero, did I not? Yes. Alright, beautiful. And success on your rank 8. Not where we want you to be, but still not so bad. You cannot reach Shard Bastion, but what you can do is go into encamps, and then heal up and then take Shard Bastion afterwards anyway. We should also upgrade you and you. Lovely. Okay, that looks pretty good. What do we have next? Okay, let's start from the top again. Armandus, take Shlansek. You, Zubaran, can keep, I don't know, just ahead of everybody. Eventually we'll give you stuff. Yeah, I guess we sack it. We need the gold, unfortunately. Not as good as it once was. Alright, and sack the place, and then give it to Teclis once more. Again, I really wish I could give these territories to another one of the Elven factions, but we can't deal with the AI being an idiot. Establish outpost, and go into, I guess, Lilith's Blessing and move this... well, actually, if you march stance, you might be able to reach kayaks in one go and still heal. Maybe. I can't guarantee it, but it would be nice if you could. RAKARTH'S nearing. Oh, he'll probably go end up here, and then we'll take kayaks, but we gotta be careful about getting too much damage out of that. Anyway, Salandor, you are going to move this way. Yeah, actually, you're gonna pick up the Silent first. Why not pick up a few while on the way to wherever it is we're going? Like so, and then Aggression, of course, and then Mathlann's Blessing. Go back into Dragon Ship Expansion and build this up. We do have the spare dragon ships. Okay, well, spare may be a strong word, but we do have some dragon ship supplies, let's say. Alrighty, so Enna and Arathon. What I would like you to do, Enna, is to go into an camp right here. And then what I would like Arathon to do is go into an ambush stance and risk a little bit of attrition to try to catch Valkia outside of the settlement.
You called?
Maybe I should have just gone in. It's too late now, though.
Acting upon it.
I kind of wanted to just move between these armies so that we could maybe catch Vali. Oh, he can still reach Ashrak? Oh, for the love of... And we invested in it, too. Damn it, Likamoida. Oh, well, hopefully that doesn't screw it. Who knows, maybe these guys will try to attack both of our armies. I guess we'll see next turn. Arthaeus, you've got, what, 3 more turns to wait? Grab this shipwreck, please, and then keep grabbing islands until you're ready. Oh, you can go into this army as well, can't you? Sail to the wreck, auto-resolve at the wreck, and take the... Poor Ranger's getting ripped apart. Yeah, take the healing.
Put them to use.
Alright, so as soon as this is done, treasury 8,000, how many turns? Declare war. 3 turns, okay, yeah, we still gotta grab a few islands then. Alright, what's the max distance you can travel here? Remnants of battle is not gonna have anything good. Yeah, let's go this way then. I just like to pop you into the army. Like so. And then you leave the stack, and then get back into the stack. There we go. I just wanted the lore masters and the nobles together because it would bother me otherwise. Alright, beautiful. Alright, now we are at 59-55 on the melee attack and defense on these guys since we got a new noble with another honed effect. And I guess everybody's getting blade stewardship. It is the it is a swordsman army after all for missile resistance on them. Do you have blade stewardship? You should. Well, you do now. And I guess knowledge of man's affairs once again. Don't really care about man's affairs, it's just that we want that income from ports. Alrighty. Do you guys need to do anything? Well, a deflective pattern is the thing that you need, but neither one of you can get it. And we'll level them up before fighting, but obviously now is not that time. Though you... I was going to check Militia Master, and you already have it. Fair enough. We could go all the way through to Quartermaster, or... Ooh, hello. Alright, we have to make the choice between Ulthuan's first line, which gives us 15 armor, which is great, versus a pretty solid increase to melee attack, weapon strength, and speed, all of which are quite nice. Mostly the unending volley is useless to us. Tactician is not so bad. It's the aura is 55, so it's a 5 melee defense. Upkeep reduction. Yeah, it's just that this is useless to us in this army. But you know, 15 armor for the Rangers and for the ship's company, which have very low armors in the first place, might be a little bit more valuable than even the speed, melee attack, and weapon strength, solid as those are. Although the higher weapon strength could benefit to the already high damage dealing swords masters as well. But nonetheless, I'm gonna say armor. I've been doing that everywhere. It is really tempting, though, but yeah, Revered Tactician, always prepared, and then into Ulthuan's first line. There we go. Now we're at 80 armor on those ships' companies, 1656. This is the army that's trying to make them the strongest that we can, after all. We'll see what heights we can take them when our techs are maxed. Now, we want 2 things here. Well, wait, we wait 1 turn, we get the Dragon Ship Fortress. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll get the Dragon Ship Fortress, but then we'll want the these things. But the tier 4 is pretty valuable, so we'll go for the tier 4 first anyway. Aislinn. Go and kill Capitano Cisco. This is probably going to be auto-resolvable, but I would like to take a look at what they've got in their army anyway. Declare war. And just because they're there, it's free XP and whatnot. If they have a good army, they will fight. If they don't have a good... that's actually not bad. Will they run? They won't even run. It is a decisive victory and low casualties, but we didn't get to see Aislinn fight last episode, so let's see him fight now. Go.
The Sea Patrol shall give no quarter to villains and malefactors.
Alrighty, well, there are villains and malefactors aplenty here among the terrors of the Dark Straits, and we're going to pincushion them as best we can. Aislinn didn't get the chance to get to play last episode, so he's going to enjoy himself aplenty with Capitano Cisco here, and obliterate this army, hopefully without too much damage. The Select One-Eye Mereworm comes in to distract the 2 units of Depth Guard, and we will sort of summon the other Mereworm to distract any enemy reinforcements, while one of our units of ship's company, the Red Shirts, move in together with the Oceanians. Alright, gonna cut the enemy down while the enemy range units have been pincushioned and obliterated. All the ultra-fragile but high damage dealing deck gunners are now destroyed, and now our Lothern Sea Guard will focus down the zombie pirate gunnery mobs. Capitano Cisco is dead, crushed beneath the talons, or crushed demolished by the jaws, I guess it doesn't really matter, of Aislinn Star Dragon, which will bowl over many a zombie, but frankly, his help isn't really needed on this flank, as I'm sure the Mereworm and the other units can take care of themselves. It does look like those unspottable stalking units of Mourngulls are moving in now, and we are going to have to be careful about them, as they can do plenty of damage. I absolutely adore the Mourngulls just in general. I mean, obviously the undead bias is talking, but the Mourngulls are just such a fun unit and fun model. But we should be able to take care of them just fine, especially with the highly defensive Oceanids and Sea Elemental there to intercept them, and of course the spears of the Lothern Sea Guard, all doing magical damage at that, while our Mist Mage with the supporting Amulet of magical damage hovers overhead. First of the enemy units of Mourngulls is pretty much destroyed, and the second one about to follow suit, while Aislinn himself moves to deal with the enemy single Necrofex Colossus, bathing it in the breath of the Star Dragon and coming down to fight the thing himself. The Colossus rapidly loses 50% of its HP, and with every hit for 1.3k weapon strength, 177 melee attack, the Colossus is going to suffer tremendously. It desperately disgorges its emergency crew in order to attempt to overwhelm the dragon, but a pile of zombie deckhands are of little threat to any kind of dragon, much less a star dragon. The Colossus will topple, and with it so do the hopes of Capitano Cisco's terrors of the Dark Strait. The fires of the Asur burn the last of the zombie pirate gunnery mob, and the last of the undead crumble back into the sea. Alrighty, there we go. After 7 Cornate armies in a single turn, I guess even a very solid Vampire Coast stack like Capitano Cisco's is pretty much just vacation for this army. Anyway, I guess we take the money? Take the money. It's not like we need the healing. And we can build our last building. Alright, so first of all, head down to the Citadel of Lead and Conquata, hopefully before these guys take it. It is ours. Yeah, and then we'll probably need to station a Guardian army around Conquata. Well, I mean, if we control the season, it won't matter. Anyway, I then go into Dragon Ship Expansion and then go and grab the last building, which is the Dragon's Nest, because we'll need Imric to be able to globally recruit those dragons, because we can't really build them elsewhere. Alrighty, this looks good to me. We will have to... Oh, you know what we have to do? For Tulios, you are going to go to Global Recruitment, and you are going to recruit 5 turns. That's a lot of turns, I gotta say. That is indeed a lot of turns. And 3.8...
What orders? Loyal servant.
I want some Mereworms, but this is probably the fastest way to get one, isn't it? Yeah, we can't even build them outside of... wait, is it a tier 5 building that requires it? So it's only an Aislinn's army, and it would take too long to sail down here. I'm just considering the cost. Okay, I meant to go to your building panel, not to your troop panel. Yeah, it's the tier 5 Hold of the Deeps. We can't build those otherwhere. You know what I mean. Anyway, I would like Ferrutulios then. Grab yourself a nice 4 Mereworms. There goes all of our money, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. And then grab yourself 4 Thilmar Chariots and 1 more Lothern Skycutters, specifically with bolt throwers. Alright. And then we'll want maybe a couple more Skycutters, but otherwise this is the concept behind this army. We'll want 2 Nobles on Chariots as well to buff the Chariots. In fact, let's just see what we have here noble-wise. Practiced. None of this really helps the Chariots. Oh, and we'll need a mage for you. What would work with the Chariots? We went for the Sea Gold concept of their wear. Oh, maybe this will be the High Mage. And then what? Did we put another Fire Mage in with Imric? Maybe we do. I'm not 100% sure that well, I guess the Hand of Glory would work on the Tyrannoc Chariots. Yeah, you know what? High Mage is fine. We just need capacity, so we'll have to wait a turn or two until we get that. But otherwise, I'm happy. All right, Tech Thieves. And go steal from the Glacial Gardens.
It shall fall.
And you're rank 11, but I think you're fine for now. Okay, we need to move other things. You are a resilient noble, so you are going to join Arathon, potentially. Influencer, go influence, and go steal influence, like so. Builder, I need you to keep bouncing between Harganeth and the other place, and... Actually, looks like you're gonna go sit in Grand for now. And this place can't build anything, or at least it doesn't want to build. Well, I guess, you know what? Build a coastal ship here, then. Go for it. It will reduce the time that we... Yeah, that's fine now. Just do it. Alright, Tech Thieves. Dakala's still kicking. I'm just curious. Oh, it might do that thing where the AI doesn't wipe Dakala out, even though they've completely overwhelmed her, and just leaves her that one annoying settlement. But anyway, you're good. Other Tech Thief. Oh, this is the one that died. In abject failure, mind you. Huh. I wonder if Lakamoida is going to grab the Palace of Ruin. I actually wouldn't want her to. How much? Too much. I wonder who we have a mission. Okay, wait, let me just check this. First of all, Talzin, we do have a mission. Ooh, Bellicor as where now? Oh, I guess we've lost sight of him, but he's out here in the middle of the sea. Well, we do want to go after him, so I guess we'll go after him. Bellicor. Avalorn. Oh, it's also Bellicor. Oh, if we could just catch him. So he's right here in the shadowy... Well, it does make sense. Lore of Shadows and all that. I feel like that's fair. Anyway, building, and then the turning. Black Flood, we can... Oh! We can upgrade Hag Grief? Oh, wow. Okay, Builder. We can upgrade it next turn. Go out to sea and then land at Hag Grief and then reduce the cost, and then everything here will need to be upgraded as well, and that's very expensive. I didn't realize it was anywhere near tier 5. Kind of impressed that it is. Good for it. The capes. We will want to keep upgrading coastbound causeways and upgrading the military structures. Deadwood, we will want to do the same thing here. Like so. Icefire planes, we will want to upgrade you, and to, or side grade you actually. And Ironfrost Glacier, we will want to side grade you and upgrade you. And you will, okay wait. Schnatzek, you are not coastal, yes? Yes. Defense, and this place. Alright, that looks good to me. Tech. We have a little bit of Elven trade, so we could keep bumping up our ship's company's capabilities. Or we could get one of these. Anything particular? You know what? I'm gonna say hardened construction. I want the armor and melee defense for chariots. We're starting to use a fair bit of sky cutters. Well, actually, we haven't throughout the entire campaign, so I think it's about time that we actually invest in them. Anyway, building upgrade available, and science skill points outpost upgrade available. Some of these I care about, most of these I don't. So I'm just going to assume that the ones that have to be done right now, we don't. Anyway, let's end the turn. And then keep pushing Saji / Caradhrian to the Fortress of the Damned, and just keep an eye. You know what? Maybe we'll just get a random handmaiden, because we keep looking for the one that we want with the particular trait, but it's gonna take so long to get that one. Maybe we just get whatever. It won't make a crazy difference in Saji's army, because I'm pretty sure we can't get something like honed for well. We can get honed on the handmaidens, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect the Phoenix Guard anyway. So it won't matter there. Darn, looks like the ambush of the Legion of the Gore Queen unfortunately did fail. Ambusher discovered, boss succeeds, a new regional power board low errant. Well, not for long. Ooh, free armor of destiny, yes. Builder, great eagle for builder. No. Speaking of builders, so I don't forget, let's move you on to Hag Grief. And, ooh, you reached rank 10. I don't know if that does anything for us, but who knows, it might. We'll go here, and then we will immediately upgrade the colony tour. Is there anything interesting here that you get that would help your building capabilities? I don't think so, so just keep going through boost income. That's why I wanted an entrepreneur of these guys. I don't know if you can get them as entrepreneurs, but if you can, we definitely would want one. How's Clark Haran looking? Yeah, a fair bit until the next tier. 8 turns until wait. Huh? Oh, Nagarand is... Okay, we'll wait and bounce between these two then. Huh, I guess they got a nice bump in terms of their growth. Well, I'm not saying no to that. Anyway, let's go for Asur domination now. We have 5 turns, so we're free to grab a couple of these. Do we have enough to get all of them? 3.3k, yes, sweet. Oh, actually, will we be just short? I guess we'll find out. Let us go for the Winds of Magic. Let's go for the recruit rank, and frankly, I should re-recruit. And no, actually, Halls of Renewal, rather. There we go. With that, we complete all the Asur domination. Beautiful. Then, did I do that this turn or last turn? Yeah, that was last turn. Okay, well, whatever. It's gonna be a while before we get those guys on field, but, well, for now, grab a couple more Lothern Skycutters with bolt throwers, giving us 17, 18 mage, 19, 22 nobles. Oh, or do we want a Mist Mage in here? I mean, the Mist Mage could command these Skycutters from up above, but we have plenty of them. I will consider it. Since we only have 3, I'd rather have 2 nobles. And actually, speaking of nobles, let's see what we got here now. Frugal. Hero army ammunition. Well, maybe. We wouldn't, I mean, yeah, you know what? I like Frugal. Let's get a couple of Frugals in here. It doesn't buff you, but what it does do is give additional ammunition to the Tyrannok chariots and, more importantly, the Skycutters, who do have a tendency to run out. So, let's do that. And then we'll go for Rain's Stewardship to buff up the chariot units. Yeah, alright, happy. Next up, tech. What do we want next? We have... Well, you know what? Actually, our Elven trade is looking pretty good, so maybe we can get another Elven trade-based thing. Tradable resources produced will increase our income. I don't know by how much, but I guess we're about to find out. We have to go through all of them anyway, so I just don't want to spend too long thinking about them. Alright, Armandus. Is RAKARTH here? He is not here yet, but he is very nearly here. We could besiege kayaks and attack those 2 armies together, because RAKARTH will definitely do something, or we could screw him over by, well, attempting to block the army. Kayaks is probably very much auto-resolvable since it's a rather weak settlement. You have... I mean, it's not like you're very point-hungry, so we are free to get block army. You know, let's try. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, well, it doesn't. Go figure, right? Alright, Tech Thief?
I have failed.
Failure? You could try the same thing if you want. 34? Yeah, you're not. That's not happening. Yeah, you keep going this way and act as a scout. Oh, Alberic de Bordelot is here. I wonder if we could get the defeat trait for him. Well, we don't want him to take kayaks, though. Alright, well, either way, Tech Thief, go here. Armandus. I'm just wondering whether we should auto-resolve this. I mean, I can't predict how much damage it'll do to our army. It's a weak settlement, but RAKARTH is right there, but I think I'd rather risk it anyway. You. We don't need Silver Torrent in this army, right? It doesn't buff the Eagle Claws. No, it's just the fast movers, basically.
For the Everqueen.
We're free to ignore both of those. We don't have anything else here that would be upgraded. It's just Bowmaster and Militia Master. Yeah, by the looks of it, it is. So, in that light, while you can't directly duel RAKARTH, I think we're going to go through Merchant Lord because it'll buff our income faction-wide. Let's get wary, move through Draft Master, and start grabbing both Quartermaster and Elven Scholar. These guys aren't the most point-hungry, I guess. Handmaiden, you are waiting for rank 12 in order to get Hawkish Precision, which is much needed. We just need to save 4 points for that, so we are free to get Replenished Troops. Weapons Master and 3 points in Hard to Hit. Yeah. Next up, we got a Mist Mage. What are we missing here? Oh, definitely Mistress of the Deep's Earthing Magical Reserves. The Writhing Mist is pretty solid as well if we get the chance to use it. Definitely... Oh, damn, I screwed that up. We need to get Cloak of Dew, so let's grab Supernatural Mist and Cloak of Dew. We'll max this out. We do use Ladriel's Shroud and Mathlann Spite a lot. Let's just get 2 points in... Let's just do that. And Focus Mind. Alrighty. There we go. So at least this way you're not miscasting. Maybe not ever, but rarely. Guardian and... Oh, wait. Do we actually want Guardian in this one? We get magical attacks on you. You are currently on a Great Eagle in this army, which is fine because sometimes we need to reinforce the Shadow Warriors. But yeah, maybe Guardian. Or we could go for the Martial Prowess, which would enable us to buff the main line. Maybe that's better. Now let's go for this. Sense of duty, hold the line. That works. Alright, then let's go all the way through Blade Shield into Woundmaker into Colossal Strike, because we'll need to bring some beasties down, I'm sure. This would have helped with the Replenished troops, but... And the ward save on the Lord. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Next up, we've got Magical Reserves on you, Lore Master. We want to max out Vissen's Wild Form, because we do use it a lot. And we do use Harmonic Convergence a fair bit. Occasionally Melkoth's, but not as critical. Alrighty, and you are ready to go. Alright, I'm going to risk auto-resolving this, and we will sack it.
My prowess is needed.
More damage than I would have liked, but whatever. Sack.
Search out anything.
And a free Scroll of Stone.
Oriah!
Just like that. Establish outpost in Order of Lore Masters, like so, like so. And if you go into... Okay, you can't go into a camp, but you can channel, so go outside of it. 10 kayaks, we will build the sea thing. We will build the defenses. And then here we will build this, and... I don't remember if there's a sea thing there, but we shall see. Ha ha ha. Alright, Salendor, did I move you this turn? I did not. Alright, so you're going past all this. You can upgrade this, but at the same time, just keep on going further. It might even just go all the way up here and hit the Golden Colossus, or maybe even all the way to the Great Turtle Isle while we more slowly advance with Armandus, who doesn't have a dragon ship, right? Although we could have also kept, whatever. Kept him in range of the circle, but all good. Alright, so... What? Valkia, what the heck? The ambush didn't fail. Valkia ran away. Oh, she went after Lukumoida and... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Charmagus killed this. And I assume you can take Charmagus out? He can't reach Charmagus. So we have to choose. Kill Charmagus with you or take Dagraksan before Valkia makes it back. Well, we can't leave this annoying jerkface here, so I think what we'll do is this. You're gonna go here and reinforce. You are going to kill Charmagus. We'll use Enna to take Ashrak, retake Ashrak for these idiots, because, you know, can't even give them a super garrison and still expect them to do anything. Auto-resolve this for obvious reasons. And free Razor Standard, we'll certainly take that and then heal up. Then we're not suffering attrition here, so we will channel and heal to full before going to the next place. Arathon, you can... 2 Razor Standards, maybe not so bad. Barda de Thilmar Steed for Kyrian. You can hold on to that, though you are going to be replaced soon. And you are going to steal tech from Dagraksan, but then maybe... We got 21 turns. Block Valkia. Prevent her from returning to Dagraksan. You, Derelek, are moving here. Alright. Things are happening. As Saji, you are not able to take it reach Fortress of the Damned, at least not yet, so just go into an camp, heal up to full. Exarian, you are going the same way, but you two are going to split off soon. Influencer, go up to the Palace of Princes, Tech Thief, steal tech from here. 1 failure, you better not fail as well. Success, but no eagle free out. Okay, whatever. No eagle. Alright, then... Man, we're really running out of cash. Who else do we have? Arthas. Yes, you will want to grab an island, and then you will want to upgrade to tier 4 before looping back towards Star Tower and grabbing that for ourselves. Approach the carcass, auto-resolve, and take the... I don't know, heals. That one ranger unit, man, always gets hurt with every one of these auto-resolves. Alright, and a Thilmar Chariot for Rodar. Who in the heck is Rodar? Is he one of you? And a Great Eagle. I feel like in this particular army I want these guys on foot. The nobles and the lore masters, swords masters, just to travel together with the with those guys, right? Yeah. Yes, I answered that for myself. Anyway, you upgrade to tier 4, please. Dragon ship fortress, beautiful. And dragon ships are rising. And on the bright side, every turn that we skip on by gives us more chances and time. Where the heck did Bellicor go? Frickin' Bellicor, why are you down here? Okay. He's gonna get killed by some other army, and it's going to be here, and I'm gonna be very irritated by it. Oh dear. Go to land here. Bellicor might not go after you. We could chase after him with Aislinn, or we could take Citadel of Lead and Quata real quick. Maybe preventing for these guys from doing it would be the ideal thing. Anyway, you, Rodi, are going to give to Imric the Fireborn. Then you're going to encamp and you're going to do two things. First of all, go to Avalorn. Grab a couple more of those Dryads. Maybe one. I don't know how much space we'll have. Daughters of... No, Heralds of Ariel. We can recruit from you, but not from Argwalon or Talzin as yet. Heralds, I would like you to give us 2 tree men. There we go. Alrighty, and then the rest will be Everqueen stuff. Zotes will be going into another army. I might give Imric a couple of forest dragons, just because we can. And somebody suggested we give a couple of blade singers or something swordy, wildwood rangers, whatever, to the sword. Oh, wow. In vanilla, there's 100 units and a unit of blade singers? You have got to be kidding me. That's kind of insane. Yeah, no. That's not right, but anyway. It's way too many. Mantreza, you are going to hit the Shard Bastion, which we are giving to Yvresse now from here, so right? Yeah, Shard Bastion to Yvresse. Establish outpost, Yvresse. Lovely. We gotta complete the Yvresse after all, and then you can keep going this way, or wait, once global recruitment opens up again, we'll grab a few phoenixes, but we don't have access to it as yet. Yeah. Alright, just stay as you are then. Anybody else? Did we not... Oh, we didn't move Aislinn. Yeah, I really... I really wish I didn't do that. As in hide how much movement range you have. Anyway, I'm gonna have you hit the Citadel of Lead, who... Oh, we're not at war with these guys? Weird, but okay. Talzin. Join war. Huh? We can't join the war against the Van Heimlings? Okay, that's weird. I get that they're a vassal of Bellacor's, but I still find that kind of weird now. Anyway, go to the Citadel of Lead, and do you want to just go into Dragon Ship or Mist Landing here? Oh wait, we'll suffer... Will we suffer attrition? I don't know, I guess we're about to find out. Go do this. Declare war. Don't call allies.
Impossible.
Like so, we'll obviously auto-resolve this, auto-resolve. And then we will establish an outpost of Avalorn here. Yes. We got a Kane's Ring of Fury, bound fiery convocation. Ooh, another nice item for... Wait, are you able to... You're able to go all the way to Conquata immediately? That's fantastic. Van Heimlings destroyed. This will want to colonize. Is this worth fighting? No, it is not. Be'lakor himself is. Hopefully he'll return to the Isle of Wights to attempt to defend it against us. Auto-resolve this. And take it as a colony. Lovely. And a tier 4 colony with the Ohm Stones all ready to go. Keep the blockaded tunnels for the anti-corruption for now and go... I think we'll actually start growth immediately. Vortex Shard, good. We'll also want to build the Seat of the Sea Lord and get defenses up and running here immediately and then go for the causeways. Conquata is kind of in an exposed area, so I think we will build defenses here, unlike most of our other territories. So let's go for the Sea Guard lookouts and we'll keep this for now. And then of the important things, we want the Silversmith's Hall and we'll want to wait until next turn to grab the Noble Consulate, because we want that everywhere. Alright, but otherwise looks pretty good. Alright, we're down to 1 colony capability. Gotta be careful about that, though. And I believe that's it for the moves now. So, Tech Thief, you have 1 turn. Oh, no. Go to the Palace of Ruin. And I guess try not to fail. Dakala's back for the millionth time. Steel Tech. Alright, and I will probably check their... I'll check their points between the episodes, because there's too many of them now. Anyway, Influencer, keep going northward. Alright, looks good to me. We got buildings to be building, we've got recruitment to continue, but for how long remains to be seen. Okay, wait, so... Noble is fine. I would like to see... Handmaidens. Medic and Resilient. Yeah, we just should take one of these, shouldn't we? Let's pick Medic, I guess. Wait, weakness to fire damage in the fire army? Yeah, that doesn't feel right. Let's go with the Resilient one, I guess. As nice as regeneration would be, let's just grab a Resilient one. I'm just gonna double check though. If we take a look at the honed one, oh, we need handmaidens for this army too. Damn it! You know what? Let's get the resilient one for that, because I assume that there's nothing in this army. Well, actually, no. We would want a handmaiden like you. And you do buff Shadow Warriors. And interestingly, you buff Silver Helms, but not Illyrian Reavers, which is one of the reasons I wanted you in that army. But it is what it is. Yeah, well, we'll try to get a couple of those for that army if we can. If we can't, we can't. It's all good. Also, did you level to where we needed you to go? Okay, get another point in Quartermaster. We still got to be prepared for the attack from RAKARTH, and then, yeah, there's nothing else super critical here. Let's just grab Speed of Asurian. Alright, I'm just not going to bother with the rest. Alrighty, building real quick, and then turn ending even quicker. So, Ironfoot Hills, Nagaron. Alright, so we got some expensive territories to upgrade here, so Grief we upgraded, and oh, we're waiting on Nagaron for the next turn, so yeah, that's fine. And the Cape, Citadel of Dusk, we're not upgrading this because we need to keep our dragon ship supplies flowing. Albion is fine as it is. And then here we want to upgrade this thing. Like so. And then you two. Like so, and like so. Fantastic. Alrighty, Valkia, how many territories do you have? Just these two or more? 3. Okay, there's another one out there. Fair enough. And what do we got in terms of rights? 8 turns, 12 turns. We don't care for the invocation of Mathlann, at least not right now. Building upgrades we can ignore and assign skill points end turn. And I assume I haven't forgotten anything, but I guess we'll see. I really hope that Bellicor attempts to return to Kenquata, because he's got one settlement now and we are looking to move to threaten it. And I also just really want his defeat rate for Aislinn and his army. And what is this? RAKARTH will... Oh yeah, he'll attack Armandus. We were expecting this fully, and we will certainly fight it. Damaged though we are. Go. Alrighty, here we go again. Armandus versus RAKARTH. We'll see how we do. Now, the enemy does have a lot of monsters and thus a fair amount of fast movers, which are going to be a threat to our Shadow Warriors, who at this point are very solid in melee. 62-59 melee attack and defense, granted very low or relatively low HP, but they can certainly dish damage out if the enemy should close the distance. But that's the hard part. They first have to find us because all of our units are stalking and sniping, and then they do actually have to close. Now we've slowed down an enemy unit of Dark Riders, an extremely quick unit, just to make sure that they cannot close the distance, and we'll now begin to focus down the enemy Feral Ice Bears here, and both with our units of Shadow Warriors and the supporting fire from the Eagle Claws, plus of course our Handmaiden Gwendolyn here, with the Asp Bow, which will apply poison to the enemy and help slow them down further. 15% isn't a crazy amount, but especially if we choose to combine it with Mathlann's Spite or any other slowing abilities, it's quite nice. Alright, does look like the bears are done for, and the Dark Riders are in a similar bad position, while the Saber Tusk pack will rampage and start moving towards us, eating arrow after arrow, but it does look like they will get at least one charge into the Shadow Warriors before they back off behind the lines of waiting Silver and Spears. Here, the enemy... Oh no, I see Executor. Well, that's not good. Alright, well, I do notice the Executor thing, and you have an item. You executioner. We're going to back away so that you don't execute anything. Alright, and in the meantime, RAKARTH is arrived. We're going to slow him down twice with the missile blockchain with the Mathlann Spite and Melkot's Mystifying Miasma. Actually, this would have been a great time to add the Asp Bow poison, but anyway. We are going to pin RAKARTH in place with our own flyers, and then back away before Executioner can kill him, because if it does, we'll get a desync. So far, however, we've been backing off nicely, and it hasn't caused any kind of issue. And just gotta play around it if you notice it. Alright, and RAKARTH is just about done. We're going to keep firing away at him with our Eagle Claw bolt throwers rather than executionerizing him. And it looks like the Eagle Claws will be more than enough to make sure that he can't escape. One more hit, and RAKARTH and Bracchus topple to the ground below. The enemy army is in bad shape now, though both of the enemy War Hydras have arrived to the center, and together with the pile of, well, various kinds of units, really. Ooh, and including a unit of Cold One Dread Knights. I'm going to have a little bit of a tough time on those Silver and Guard, at least, without more units. And ooh, nice maneuver from the War Hydra. I don't know if the AI did that on purpose, but it sort of moved through our line of Silver and Guard, and then turned right back around and then rear charged them. Pretty solid. I'm going to have to withdraw one of them as they are pretty badly damaged now, and even the Lore Master is starting to get hurt. Need a little bit of pin cushioning to bring those War Hydras down. It does look like we do manage to get the Dread Knights to back off just as they activate their Murderous Mastery, which was much needed, and one of the War Hydras is routing, while the other is still in the fight together with the returning Ice Bears. Alright, on the bright side though, the battle is very nearly ours now. The bounce power is at about 75% in our favor. Those bears won't be in combat for much longer, though it does look like the Dread Knights have returned to the fight. We've switched from single fire now to multi-shot on the Eagle Claws just to make sure we do as much spread damage to units that we aren't in contact with, like those Shades and other range units. Enemy's going to hit us back with a little bit of range of their own, however, as the Hydra gets its fiery breath out, but has reached its healing cap and is rapidly losing its HP as well. And frankly, I'm quite impressed as how long this army is still in combat. Granted, we started this battle off hurt, and thus the enemy had a greater chance, and thus is probably taking a longer time to flee because of it. Anyway, there we go. With that, the last of the enemy units will shatter, and the battle is ours. Going to do our best to make sure that as much of this falls, including the War Hydra and whatever else. And no desync at all. And despite the fact that we had that Executor thing to deal with. Alrighty, there we go. Solid work out of RAKARTH. -1 issue. I forgot that you had Executioner's Axe, so you had the Executor trait over the battle. I hope it didn't desync. I purposely tried to move him away from any enemies when the Executioner thing popped up. Hope that didn't screw us over. I guess we'll have to see. Though it did mean that Mr. Armandas didn't get to fight nearly as much as he would have liked to by virtue of having to move away from targets he otherwise might have executed. Solid 13k damage on one of the Shadow Warriors. And let's see, Silver and Gold. Huh, wait, I could have sworn we named some of the units in this army. I guess it was another army. Oh. I could have sworn I named some of the Shadow Warriors, or maybe I had planned to rename them. Whatever, all good. We're gonna heal up here. And Clan Scryer. Okay, well, we were only halfway through the turn. Alright, fair enough. Stolen from the enemy Dawnstone. Would have been better if it was a better item. What I really like is a Lichbone Pennant and a Banner of Eternal Flame. Those items easily findable or constantly findable in other campaigns. Haven't gotten the chance to get them in this one. No, which is a crying shame. Also, what is this? 1,000 miles to close. Yeah, sure, it's fair enough. Defeated RAKARTH, Great Creator, Allied Outposts lost in Castle Arto. Oh, for the love of you useless pieces of garbage. Alright, damn it. Okay, we need to build one. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to build one in a proper territory of theirs, but, you know, it's not likely. It gets doing good, but frankly, some of the Bretonnian territories get lost. I don't think I care that much either. What's the safest? Maybe Longyi? I don't think it's safe, but at least it's far away from most other enemies. Nice, the Argwalon thing is nearly finished. We'll be able to get Wood Elf units from them as well. Alright, Allied Outpost lost. Technology researched. Good, we're still at minus 2.6k though, so it's not helping that much. And we gotta pick a new tech anyway. We've got plenty of trade, so we could get Healing Cell for a replenishment. Might actually be the best option here, unless we pick one of these instead. Here recruit rank for Mist Mages. That's nice. Expansionism and come from post-battle lieutenant. Increase to the colony availability, though we currently still do have one, so it's not the most critical thing. You know, let's go for quarter deck drills. Let's keep buffing up those ships companies because it's amusing. Bellacore. One settlement remaining, and rather than moving to defend it, you're going up north. He's gonna get himself killed, and we won't be able to get the trade, will we? But what can you do? Also, keep upgrading this stuff here. It's pretty critical after all, and we gotta wait for that noble consulate, don't we? Alright, fair enough. And the place isn't growing very quickly, but that shouldn't be of any surprise. Let us, however, buff these and go for the provincial cartways as well, and hopefully nobody else takes Citadel of Lead. Aislinn, go take out the Isle of Wights. In fact, go after Tamar here. We'll see if he runs. Well, he doesn't. And he does not. Alright, this is... I mean, it's a significantly weaker army than Capitano Cisco, so I'm going to say it's not worth our time. Alrighty, and then we will... Okay, the poor company of the Calendarian always gets hurt. But it is what it is. Forced labor. I don't think we'd actually be forcing Norskins or whoever labor, but whatever. Establish outpost for Avalorn. Lovely. Alrighty, and then... You will march stance, full speed stance, whatever. Try to chase after Bellacore. We'll see what he does after this. He might destroy himself on one of our allied factions, but we'll see. We should have the advantage in terms of being able to catch him at sea, hopefully. If he doesn't, you know, destroy himself super quickly, which remains to be seen. No. Anyway, the handmaidens, and we got an entrepreneur now, and I guess we can mill you because you're not going to be very useful. Wait, you guys... No. They stimulate growth, they do nothing for income. And I want to keep... Oh, go into expansion, build this. Dragon Tower, there we go. We needed access to those guys anyway, so I might as well. Got to get that recruitment started for Emmerich. Conductor Incendiary for a Mist Mage. Lore Master, we had that Blade Lord that we saw. Noble... Dynamo's not bad. Huh. I'm actually now thinking Dynamo for the Chariot army would be solid, wouldn't it? Wait, do we have mage capacity? A moment. We do, and I believe I said I wanted to go for high mage for this particular army. Protected isn't bad for a high mage. Yeah, let's go for high mage. And then I'll have to figure out what we want for Imrek. It might have to be fire. I'm just now sort of thinking a light mage might help the chariots get away if they get trapped, but high mage. I just want to make sure that we have a mage of every type available, so you're going to pop into for Tullios' army. 3 more turns of recruitment, and we got to keep an eye on the other noble type that we want, which is the frugal type for the ammunition. Do we want to get another noble up and running somewhere? Okay, wait, we'll figure it out in a second. You are going to grab this shipwreck, and then you are going to head at last to the Star Tower. Explore the island, and auto-resolve it, and take the healing. Keep leveling those rangers and ships companies, and to a slightly lesser degree the, I guess we could land at the Fuming Serpent. I assume it's full of, rats. Anyway, upgrade the Oathsworn Sanctum. I guess we do have some spare dragon ship supplies as of now, and we could get the sails, but maybe it's more worth our time to get the upkeep reductions. So we'll wait. We already have the growth thing. Yeah, alright. Back to the top. So that's you, Armandus. Zubaran, keep moving to Dust Gate. Tech Thief, move to Copper Landing. You, Armandus, will move as soon as these guys have moved, because I fear otherwise they would not. There you go, alrighty. Double the Tech Thievery. Faisha, you will die. I resolve. Solid work, and heal. And stay in channeling while we move up to the Dusk Gate. Wait, go right to the edge of this territory so we can still heal to full. Salandor, you are going all the way to the Great Turtle Island and whatever there are. Oh, you can pick up the Silent while you're on the way. Alright, happy about all that. You are moving Erathond. So what's the situation like here? Aha! Valkia versus Erathond. I think for this we won't move Anna in to reinforce, we'll just move Anna in to take Ashrak. before she disappears, because the army loan will end. And then you can give this back to Hayatain, and we have to rebuild all the stuff here, because Hayatain's a bunch of idiots. Checks out with the end times. Anyway, this fight is happening, and it's happening right now. So, Arathon. A last point in Vanguard Master, I guess. That'll complete your red line. You still need your fighty tree. Currently, there's no way you have any kind of chance at fighting Valkia. We're just gonna have to deal. You, Mist Mage, will grab Student of the White Tower and Focused Mind for the cooldown and miscast reduction. We will want Lilith's Blessing, but for this one I think we'll grab another point in Mistress of the Deeps and then Earthing. Just gotta make that summoning cheaper. Noble. You were waiting to... Well, actually, we were waiting to replace it with a different Noble, so frankly, we're not going to bother putting points in you. We could put you in higher ranking Noble. Alright, wait, let's try this. You go here. Hope this doesn't screw it up. You, Arathon, go up to Valkia. You, Derelak. Join Arathon. And you're 1 point short. Oh, you already have Sky Scourger. Perfect. You are going to then get hard to hit. And Blade Master in even measure, I guess, this time around. Let's do that. Like so. Then, you are going to be an influencer, I guess. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go for Specialist, then we'll go with Secure Influence, and then we'll rename you to Influencer, like so, and then we'll send you the Glacial Gardens, and we'll send this Tech Thief to another place. Perfect, alright. And we're at 3.3k. We need to, once again, save it up for when we attack the Bordlow errand, because I really don't want to go and kill everything in Lustria. Alright, you. And you. And you. Alright, looks good to me. Oh, I gotta remember to give the Banner of Swiftness to somebody else. Arathon really doesn't need it. He's already obnoxiously fast. Should be a fun fight, though. The Aspiring Champions and 2 Wrathmongers are gonna be an issue. Go.
I shall always guide and hearten you, defenders of Ulthuan, to battle!
Alrighty, here we go. Arathon, the Silvern Talon, will face off against the Gore Queen Valkia, and, well, we'll see how we can do. Valkia does significantly outstats and outlevel him at this point, again, because we've been leveling up his army rather than him. But we have used the strategy of mobbing Malekith before with this army, with those Eagles and Arathon together, and I don't see why we couldn't do the same here. The main issue, of course, is that Valkia is a much smaller target, but it should still function reasonably well. Anyway, we're gonna annoy Valkia up in the sky with our Lothern Sky Cutters, specifically the non-bolt thrower ones, and just lead her away from the main army while we fire down upon the critical targets milling around below, specifically the Wrathmongers and the Aspiring Champions. So it looks like one of the Bloodletter units is taking enough stray shots and that they're actually getting more damage. But it does make sense. Anyway, got to try to knock out as many models from the Wrathmongers and Aspiring Champions as we possibly can, but it is a toughie, and they will get back up even after taking a few bolts to the back. Anyway, Arathon has closed the distance with the first of the Eagles there, and we begin to surround Valkia up in the sky. Now, this is probably exactly the kind of fight Valkia fights for, certainly a target-rich environment, and weaving her way between the talons and beaks of all those great eagles is a pretty glorious bit of combat. The Eye of Khorne is certainly upon her here. She does activate the Demon Shield and severely damages Arathon, but fortunately we can heal him up, and he's happy to tank a little bit of damage for the rest of the eagles. We're gonna back off while we heal up from the healing potion and the Ladriel Shroud, and then get right back into combat, where Valkia is down to about 40% of her HP. The rest of the enemy army is still slowly moving towards the Silvern Guard. Unlike the fight against the Hmong previously, we've deployed further back, and they do have to take a while to get here, especially with the slow-moving elements of their army, like those Chaos Warriors, and, well, actually the Wrathmongers are quite quick, but generally speaking, slow. Anyway, with that, it looks like enough damage has been delivered and Valkia will fall from the sky. Not on cue. Alright, had to deliver one last hit. There we go. Alright, Valkia is down and we now try to go and cut down some marauder horses with our eagles, but just as we do, the enemy decides to summon a bloodletters right there. Why waste our time with a summoned unit that will disappear in 23 seconds? So we're just going to move the eagles back up into the sky and continue irritating the entire enemy army with our various units of skycutters. Beautiful. And it looks like the enemy army doesn't really know what to do. They got as close as all the way to here, fairly close to our Silver and Guard line, and are now backing off. Oh, I know what happened. As soon as we touched down with the eagles, the enemy army tried to turn and move towards them because they were on the ground, as it perceived them as the bigger threat here. That's kind of interesting. I mean, we could probably abuse that behavior quite a bit. I'm not gonna, but we could probably just pick an isolated unit, touch down there, wait while the entire enemy army turns toward us, and then back off once again. But since the AI is dumb enough to do that with its entire army, I don't want to take advantage of it. Anyway, what we will take advantage of is the fact that this is like shooting fish in a barrel, I guess. The Lothern Skycutters firing from every direction, cutting down droves of enemy infantry. We've switched to multi-shot and are now trying to go after these sort of mobs of units rather than the more critical targets. Mostly because, since we're no longer busy with dealing with Valkia, we can have the Eagles led by Erathond kill off the aspiring champions or the, well, really whatever they want. Like, for example, this unit of Chaos Spawn. It was too isolated and we cut it down rather quickly. The Eagles deliver enough alpha damage to pretty much destroy the unit, and then we'll back off just as the Wrathmongers arrive. They ain't catching these. And there we go, perfect. A little bit of run, I don't know, not really running guns so much, but, you know, skirmish tactics. Alright, and here come the enemy mainliners, now Marauders Forsaken. I see some doggos? Yeah, Chaos Warhounds in the background, moving in, and here come the Wrathmongers. I was hoping the aspiring champion or somebody would go directly after the noble, but it looks like it's going to be the Forsaken instead. Oh, good though. Wrathmongers have crashed into our main line, and thus we're going to help out. Obviously, Wrathmongers versus Silver and Guard is a bad matchup for us, but with the Eagles there, they should deliver enough damage to deal with them without too much problems. And of course, we're going to move our units of Skycutters into support, and specifically the units of Skycutters without bolt throwers. We'll be shooting all the enemies in the back from here. And once they run out of ammunition, they could just rear charge the entire enemy line, or should they desire to do so. We are actually pretty much out of ammunition on the bolt thrower Skycutters, but the balance of power is at about 90% in our favor already, and I imagine the enemy doesn't have a prayer, especially with its high-value Chaos Spawn and Chaos Trolls being shot up by the Skycutters, and then the Wrathmongers and Aspiring Champions being torn apart by Erathon's Eagles. And it looks like with that, the enemy line is turning. The demons are melting away as they are banished from this plane, and only the unbreakable Chaos Spawn will remain, but with a few more volleys from the Skycutters, a few more depth strikes with those Asur spears, the Chaos Spawn will fall, and the battle is ours. Alright, let's see if Valkia can recover from this, but she's going to have a difficult time doing so. Alright, there we go, no problem. Bit of a weird battle, admittedly, in some ways, but I'd like to chalk it up to the idea that Valkia is so used to having air superiority just by virtue of being up there that her army did not know what to do once they lost that. So, yeah, as usual, the Skycutters did fairly decently, between 9 and 18k in the case of Bird Taxi here. Name, as usual, doing good work. Bombardment was close behind one of the unnamed ones, though, at 17k and 15k, and 11k on the other Lothern Skycutters. These guys all ran out of ammunition, so it does make sense that they were able to do a fair bit of damage. The Silver and Guard held the line, though they didn't have to do so for very long, with the Silver Talon Guard by the looks of it. Ooh, just slightly losing out to the other Silver and Guard by like 43 damage, not a lot. And then it worked for Malekith, so it worked for Valkia. We mobbed her with eagles and then brought her down. Eventually, Arathon will be able to get points into his yellow skills, and thus will be able to, you know, fight on his own. But for now, just gotta keep working at that, because it's more important to buff the army than it is to buff a single lord, generally speaking. Posture, forced labor, whatever. Obsidian Trinket, Queen Dethroned, melee attack +4 and armor piercing damage as well. That'll increase. He's already hidden decently hard, but he'll be hidden harder before long. Anyway, with that, folks, we are very much out of time, and I'm going to call this episode here. Next time, we advance toward Dagrak's End and knock out another critical settlement from Valkia, and then just keep advancing out here until we reach the Shardlands, wherein the territories of Yvresse begin rather than Eataine and former Nagaroth. There we go. And I'm still very interested to see how this all pans out. The lizards versus the Kislevites, and the jungles versus the tundra. It's an interesting matchup that I feel like you don't get to see a lot of. Lizards versus Kislev, right? Maybe in the old world, but certainly not in vanilla, because the lizards are way too far away from your average Kislevite. Anyway, more Arathon to come, or more Arathon to come, but more Aislinn to come as well. So stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.